What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Casper Chronicles. This is your boy Casper, and today we have the virtual world deck profile for you guys. This deck actually recently topped the the LCS or something like that. I forget what the tournament online is called. But it took everything by storm. It really did. A lot of people counted this deck out, said it wouldn't be that good during the current format, with the current meta decks being like Infernoble Knight, Dragon Link, Invoke Dogmatica, Dinosaur. But I mean, and here we are, you know. This is my own deck list in the sense of virtual world that I've been working on for quite some time. The extra deck took me a while, with a lot of input from a couple of my friends, just suggesting different things. But honestly, the main deck, I mean, there's a lot of similarities to the LCS deck profile, but there are some distinct differences as well. So, I mean, without further ado, let's get into the profile. We're gonna still go through and explain what everything does, in case people don't know yet. So, of course, you have the Stratos of the deck, Lulu. So, all of the virtual world cards except for what's her name, Yan Yan, they all have to target one virtual world card via whether it be monster, spell, or trap. And then you dump one that's not what you targeted. Like, say you have the trap face up on the field, activate Lulu to target the trap. You have to dump either a spell or a monster, and say, since Lulu is the Stratos, you can add a monster or add a card to your hand. Say you dump. You target the trap, you dump a spell, you add a monster. Or you target the spell, dump the trap, add a monster, so on and so forth. This is definitely mandatory at 3. It is your searcher, it is your combo starter. Along with the spell that's in here, we'll go over that in a little while. Nian Yan, like I just said, she doesn't really have the effect like all the other ones do, like target one on the field and dump something to grave, and then they each do their own specific thing. She can kind of be considered your normal summon. I mean, there's no necessarily specific normal summon in this, because a lot of them, I mean, you want a special, like with the trap or the spell face up on the field. But her, if say she's in the graveyard and a level 3 is special, you can special her and she becomes a tuner. But then she gets banished when she leaves the field. And then also, if she gets banished, then you can target one of your banished and shuffle it back in your deck. So, I mean, it's a good recycle card for when you banish your spell or your trap. But we'll get more into those a little bit later. We play 3 Virtual World GG. So GG, it's kind of a recycler, if you will. So it still has the same effect. Target a virtual world card on the field, spell, trap, or monster, right? Dump whatever you didn't target. So I usually do, a lot of times I have the searcher card that lets you activate a spell or trap from the deck. I forget what the name of it is. We'll see it in a little while. But I use that to usually activate the trap. So I use this to, like, all of them are really starters, because if you have a way to get the Quinlong in the graveyard, you can do your combos. So we can actually do a combo video if y'all would like. Please comment down below. Let me know if you would like to see that. We can do some test hands, talk more about it, go into the nitty gritty. You know what I'm saying? But you gotta let me know down in the comments, and or I mean, you smash the thumbs up button and say we get 10 likes on this video. We can do test hands, combo tutorial, so on and so forth. All right, but anyway, so GG, say you have the trap face up, you activate this, target the trap, dump the spell, bring this out in the end phase, it lets you recycle back something. Like say you have Lulu in the graveyard. Like whether this card is on the field as material or in the graveyard or banished, what have you, its effect is still able to be used in the end phase as long as you did the special summon effect. If you normal it, you don't get the special the add to hand in the end phase. Okay. All right. So next we have Virtual World Lily. So this card is the double foolish, if you will. So activate this, target the trap per se. Dump the spell, and then you dump a monster, or so on and so forth. It's just graveyard food for Lao Lao. Lao Lao, you target trapper spell or a monster, right? Dump whatever you didn't target, right? This is the only card that doesn't care about like what you dump. Like say you target the trap and you dump a monster, it still is gonna let you pick up a monster and special it to the field, and it is a level 6 tuner, which is insane. So I mean, honestly, if you have GG in the graveyard, you do this, or you can dump Nian Nian to the grave, right, with this effect, and then you can special Nian Nian out, but Nian Nian's effects are negated until the end phase. So I mean, it's good. It's just it's a continuous way to get into like level 9 synchro, and it's a really easy way to get into rank 9s, as you'll see in the extra deck here in a little while. All right, so that's it for the Virtual World monsters. We're gonna go off here into the hand trap lineup real quick here. So I didn't really play too many hand traps. So we played 3 Ash and the Gamma package for the monsters, and then we played the 3 Imperm, and that's really it for the hand trap lineup. So originally the Gammas weren't in here. I had Nibiru in the main deck instead. However, my thing was, they all activate in hand, so the Gamma's always live unless you have a monster on the field, right? And I mean, Ash, it's a level 3, so I mean, if you're able to bring something out, or if you have Nian Nian in the grave, you can normal Ash and Nian Nian will trigger, and you can special Nian Nian, have rank 3 plays. Versus Nibiru, you have to, go second, wait for your opponent to do 5 summons, or at least 5 summons, and then Nibiru them and hope they can extend. So I mean, I always wanted to be able to play versus having a dead card in my hand. I mean, yeah, the 1 brick is always, it's almost always a dead card, but it is a level 6, so you can use it for your rank 6 plays and so on if you have to. Normally, we'll use these if we do it on our turn to make Omega and punish your opponent for rip a card out of their hand. Imperm, I mean, it's a nice, I think it's just a nice going first or going second card. So if I go first and I make, because the end board is usually Calamities and number 75. And then if I have Imperm as well, in case they have a way to get through my number 75 and Calamities, then I have this as well. I have 1 more interruption. Say I have an Ash in hand, I have 2 more interruptions if they stop my 2 interruptions on the field. So it's really nice. I do like this hand trap lineup. Let's go on to the spells. So for the Virtual World spells, we'll talk about these first. So Kowloon is the one I was talking about earlier, where you activate it, and you can either activate the trap or activate this card from your deck face up. So well, here, we'll just put the trap out here too. Why not? So this will let you activate a spell or trap from your grave. Or I'm sorry, not from your grave, from your deck to the field, face up, right? If you activate it and you have two or more of these face up on the field, then your virtual world monsters gain 200 attack this turn. If there's 3 or more, send the top 3 cards of your deck to the graveyard. If there's 4 or more, you can special summon up to 4 virtual world monsters with different names from your extra deck. Honestly, this card is ultimately in here to activate one of these. It's just a way to get your play started. If you draw like an all monster lineup in your hand and you want to just pop off, this you can ban. It's almost like an imperm, just only on your turn. This card is most definitely the most important and most viable against Winda, or anything that like would in a sense shut down your turn, right? So you can banish one virtual world card from your graveyard. It does not have to be a monster, right? Banish one and target one card on the field and negate it, right? Or I'm sorry, target one face-up monster on the field and negate it, right? And then if this card's in the graveyard, you can banish it from your grave, search something, and then you discard a card. So, like I said earlier, if you have GG, right, you target the trap, you send this, bring out the GG, banish this from your grave, and then you can search Lulu or whatever other card combo piece you need, right? I honestly, a lot of people are wondering, why is this common? Konami. Why? Super. Come on. All right. Anyway, moving on. So, for the trap, so it's a Trident. You just shuffle back 2 of your banished cards, excuse me, and pop a card on the field, or you banish this from your grave, and you can manipulate levels up 3 or down 3. Your rank 3, rank 6 plays, and it helps you do, like, say you have 2 level 3s on the field in the virtual world. You banish this, target 1, you can go into a level 9 synchro, right? It's just dependent on the situation. I do like this. You have to play all of the virtual world spells and traps at 3. There is no reason not to. All right. As for the other spells, so for, I guess, just versatility, I played 2 talents and 1 upstart. A lot of people really aren't playing upstart. They're playing, honestly, Pot of Desires. I am not a fan of Pot of Desires, especially when it's recommended you play 3, because I cannot stand it when I desires into desires. I can't handle it. Like, it makes me really flustered and irritated, and I just don't want to play it. So instead I did talents and 1 upstart. So the talents is nice because if they hand trap you and say you only have 2 virtual world monsters in your hand, you can talents, and you can take their driver if you want. You can rip a card out of their hand. You can draw 2 and hope you draw into other combo pieces. So I do like this a lot. I mean, I would love to play it at 3. I currently only have 2, but I like it at 2 a lot. I don't know if I would bump it to 3 because the deck is a solid 40 right now. But if I bumped it to 3, I probably honestly wouldn't cut anything. And then upstart because why not, right? And then to make sure all the plays go through, and say we try to get, your opponent tries to ash us, you can call by the grave it, Miscellaneousaurus for dinos, because dinos just wrecks us if we go second. Like we honestly don't have an out for that except for talents, and even then, good luck. All right. And then Foolish Burial Goods, only one copy. I did try it at 3, and then I tried it at 2. And I mean, again, I just wanted to be able to play. I mean, it's a nice, it's a great card if you draw it. Like you can just Foolish or Quinlong or the Trap to the Graveyard if you already have a somewhat established board, just as kind of an extension. But it's honestly not necessary to play. This could be the card to cut for the third talents if you don't want to play this. I just like it in here just because it gives me the option to dump something to dump a spell or trap to my graveyard, which this deck relies on a lot. And finally, for the last spell, Italy. Lulu and Yan Yan are both psychic types, and they are level 3. So you can bring them out if you need to. They won't get, Lulu won't get her effects because she didn't come up by her own effect. So she won't be able to add a card to your hand and dump one. But it's still just a level 3 extension. So say you need a level 3 to go into number 75 or what have you. Boom. Okay. That's it for the main deck. Like I said, it is 40 cards. I'm really not a fan of Desires. Moving on to the extra deck. So for the level 9 synchros, all right, of course we have to play the boss monster, the Walking Macrocosmos. Also, this thing comes back every single turn, as long as you banish 2 monsters with different types and attributes from each other, right? Which you're 9 times out of 10, you're always going to have that in the graveyard to be able to banish and special this. And then when this card's attacked, you can return one of your banished cards to your return a banished card to the graveyard if you need to. So this card is a great way to recycle the driver, so that way you can gamble more than once. It attacks, return driver to the graveyard. Easy day, right? Vermilion Scott and Dragon Mech. So this is just, I do like to play this just for like difficult monsters to remove, floodgates, so on and so forth, right? And it's a level 9. Croco Dragon. It helps me draw into more combo pieces. Like honestly, I make when I'm doing the Calamities play, I go into this, and I go into the boss monster. So that way, my opponent's turn, I detach the boss monster. So that way, it's in the grave. So when on the following turn, on my turn again, I can bring this back and keep doing more shenanigans. Cloud Castle. Why not? You're playing a rank 9 or level 9, rank 9 deck. If you have other level 9s in the grave, you can make this, bring one back, and you can make another rank 9. We'll go over the rank 9s in a little while. Omega, because I mean, like I said, I just wanted to be able to rip an additional card out of my opponent's hand and punish them. Should excuse me, should they want to hand trap me or try to hand trap me. Charge Warrior, just to draw, and there's a nice little combo where you can make this and another card that I'll show you here in a little bit to make all your opponent's monsters 0, and then this can hit everything. I like to refer to this as a miniature conductor. I mean, it doesn't send to grave, but it's nice to combo with another card that you'll see in a little while. Juju. So this card cannot be destroyed by card effects or by battle while you have 2 or more monsters in the grave with different types and attributes, right? And then for the second effect, you can banish 2 from the graveyard with same original type and attribute but different names. target one card on the field, send it to the graveyard. So, honestly, another answer for a Floodgate. Or any problematic monster that can't be destroyed by card effects or whatever. Send it to the graveyard. Cool. All right, so that's it for the Synchros. The XYZs. Number 75, Bamboozling Gossip Shadow. This is your protection from Nibiru, hands down. If I even think my opponent is going to, or is playing Nibiru and is counting my summons, I'm making this, no question. Or just protection from hand traps or monster effects in general, right? So like I said, the ending first turn board is this over here and Calamities over here. Working on getting a secret. All right, rank 6 is Utopia Beyond. Like I said, it's a great combo piece with Stardust Charge. Make this, make everything 0. Have this on the board as well. Swing into everything. If there's not a monster that special summon, crash into it for 3k. And that's usually game in that situation. Fan. So, Fan, you can detach 2 materials from this card, target one face-up monster on the field, and banish it. Oh, sorry. Excuse me. Target one face-up card, detach 2, target one face-up monster, face-up card your opponent controls, and 1 card in either graveyard. Banish him. This card is destroyed by a card effect. You can special summon 2 virtual world monsters, same type and attribute from the deck. Awesome. So, I honestly, I've made this maybe twice in all of the test hands. I do like to have it in here though, just because of the versatility and so on and so forth. And also for another card that you'll see later. Constellar Ptolemy M7. Another removal card for Floodgates or any problematic card that you can bounce off the field that can be targeted. So it's not an out to Dragoon, unfortunately. There are a couple of outs to Dragoon in this deck, and we'll get to them in a little while, right? So, Thunder Charger, right? It does piercing, and honestly, the only reason we play this is these 2 cards, or these 2 cards, right? With the 2 materials that are going to be underneath either one of these. Heck, we can even put it over this. You know, so any of these 3, right? They're going to have materials under them, right? You overlay into Thunder Charger, attack, make Zeus. You have 2 board wipes. You can do 1 on your turn, and then say your opponent starts making a board, and you'll go ahead, do your thing, and whenever you feel like it, wipe their board as well. Zeus is such a stupid card. This is definitely an out to Dragoon for sure. Let's see, rank 9s, Phantom Fortress, and Calamities. So with this, I went back and forth for a little while. I wanted to play 2 Calamities because I always found myself making or able to make another rank 9. But usually I had Calamities still on the board. So if I'm able to make another rank 9 or if I need to and I go second and I need to remove, say, a Floodgate or Dragoon or something like that, right? This card does not target. I can detach 1 and banish Dragoon if I baited out the negate. Right? and then, I mean, after I attack, I can still make Zeus. So, I mean, I like this. I can rip another card out of my opponent's hand if I Omega them because they hand trap to me. I can make this as well and rip another card out of their hand. So then they have 3 cards to play with, and then if depending on my hand and resources, I can potentially make it calamities as well. So good luck playing through that. And of course, the calamities. I really hope this doesn't get banned. This is the WinCon 4 Virtual World at the moment, unless they give us another broken rank 9, or there is a broken rank 9 out there that I don't know right now. If there is, if there's another rank 9 out there that's really, really dumb and broken, calamities-esque, please let me know down in the comments. I'm really, really curious. But that's it for the extra deck. There was a while there where I was playing what's it called, Breaksword, and I mean, I found myself not really going into Breaksword, to be honest. Like, it was more of going into my rank 9 plays. I can do the dragon mech, what have you, to remove stuff. The X whatever it's called, to remove something from the field. So I don't really see myself making Breaksword that often. So I even made a side deck for you guys. So let's get into that, right? More outs to anything, right? This is mainly for Dragoon, right? And that's for anything else. I am contemplating if I want to put a third Zeus in here, or if I want to cut Zeus entirely and play 2 droplets, which they are right here. They're not included, but I just wanted to show you guys that, I mean, you guys can play those instead of Alpha. Oh my goodness. But Pank is just for floodgate removal, of course, because I mean, going second with the right hand, we can play around the, like, say there can only be one, goes and match, all that. But it makes it a little bit more difficult. We have to take the long way around to be able to pop something on your feet, to pop the floodgate, and then we can do our board and go from there. And hopefully by that point we don't get into Birud. And if we do, we hopefully have extension to play through that. On the subject of Nibiru, we have to play it just for Dragon Link and Infernoble. Dino, I mean, they can play around Nibiru with Miscellaneousaurus, or like a Dino build that I will have coming up here shortly. I have, it's Dino with Dragoon, right? So what I like to do is make another dinosaur, and then make the Dolka, then make the Anaconda, and go from there. Spoiler for the deck profile on Dino, but stay tuned for that. Anyway, moving on. So Lancia, another answer to dinos. I am terrified of Dinosaur, and honestly, the mirror match. If we can't banish any cards, it hurts a little, but not too much. If we can't banish the Quinlong or the Trap, and we don't have a way to make 2 level 9 synchros, can't make calamities. If we don't have the correct monsters in our hand, can't search them. So I mean, it's really nice to have Lancia in here, just to stun your opponent if you're playing in the mirror match for 1 turn. Droll Lockbird. So I do like this just for Infernoble, Dragon Link. Well, Dragon Link really doesn't care about Droll. Kind of does. But I mean, it can. I feel it can kind of play around Droll. I honestly have not tested very much against Dragon Link. I know kind of a gist of what it does, but Konami, you need to kill that deck. Anyway, so Droll Lockbird is just for the heavy searchers. Dinosaur, it kind of hurts Dino. It kind of hurts this deck if we don't draw Quinlong or Lulu. It hurts. But yeah. And then for the last side deck card, we have 3 Twin Twisters. we don't really mind the discard to pop cards on the field, right? And even if we go first, and we're playing the mirror match, or we're playing some back row heavy deck, right? Like, we can either choose to pop 2 of their back row, or we can pop 1 of ours and pop 1 of theirs as well, just an out to Mystic Mine. But even in that sense, the trap can pop Mystic Mine as well. You just have to have 2 banished. So if you need like a follow-up extension, like say your opponent wipes out your board but leaves your spell and trap, you can Twin Twisters that. You can Twin Twisters the spell and 1 of their back row, or you can well, honestly, I would just pop 1 in that case, because I'm not going to have a way to get to a secondary 1 if I'm trying to top deck, which, I mean, if you're trying to top deck in this deck, you're going to lose anyway. So, I mean, the discard helps a lot if you draw, like, the trap, the spell, what have you, and I mean, more along the lines of the trap, and you don't have a way to get it out of your hand, and you need it in the grave for an extension. Twin Twisters will definitely help you out for sure. But, all right, guys, well, that is the deck profile. I do really like this deck a lot. I think, if I remember correctly, we're missing at least one trap. I don't know what the trap's name is off the top of my head. If you know, definitely let me know down in the comments. I know the OCG has a different trap than us as of right now. I don't know when it's gonna come out. I don't know when we're gonna get more stuff for this deck. But yeah, I'm super rambling right now, so thanks. We're just gonna cut it off right here. So thanks for sticking by for this deck profile, and make sure you smash that thumbs up, like and subscribe, turn on that notification bell to be notified whenever you get whenever I upload new videos, so that way you can keep watching these awesome deck profiles. And I mean, as always, till next time, it's your move.